Hi everyone, here's my review of the Moon Palace Cancun Resort. This is our hotel room, very nice and spacious. The Moon Palace is actually composed of three separate resorts. There's three separate buildings, the first of which is called Sunrise, the second is Nazook, and the third and most recently renovated or built is called the Grand. Here is the lobby of the Sunrise building. As you can see, it's beautiful, very large. There's a restaurant right within the lobby area. There's actually a few different restaurants, and this is one of them. There's entertainment outside. There's nightly entertainment every night. It's very family friendly and family oriented. Back to the lobby, I wanted to show you that every night and every early morning, they actually create a new appearance in the lobby. So you'll see that they're actually putting glass structures up in the air, and they like to make sure that their guests have a unique experience in terms of cleanliness. This is really early in the morning prior to us going on a small little excursion. And you can see that there's people cleaning. The area is very nice and clean, and they make sure that everything is ready for when people wake up and they come into the lobby and enjoy the resort. The lobby itself here has an open bar. Of course, this is all-inclusive, so everything is included in your payment, so you don't have to carry around any kind of cash at all. You do get a wristband, so that wristband really just signifies your age, really. So if you're over 21, you'll get a different color, and then kids will get a separate cartooning color just so that servers know whether they can or cannot drink alcohol. The lobby here in Nazook has a lot of shops, just like the other two hotels as well. It's very fancy, a lot of lighting and beautiful views. There is a buffet right in the middle of the lobby that you can enter into as well. Here is one of the other bars in the Grand. There are some restaurants, a lot of fusion foods as well as oriental foods. Restaurants are included. In the area here that we're walking across in the Grand, there is actually an area where people can talk about timeshares with you. And so a little tip is if you're looking for some discounted excursions or free upgrades, you can always spend some time talking to these people about investing into a timeshare, and they'll give you a lot of coupons to explore Cancun as well as certain things in their resort. However, it does take time out of your vacation to really chat with them and go through that process. So I wouldn't recommend it to everyone, especially those with younger kids. Here is a view of the outside. This is a huge resort. Like I mentioned earlier, there are three large buildings or resorts really encompassing this larger Moon Palace resort. And so there's a lot of outdoor walking areas that are shaded as well as unshaded, depending on your preference. In the Grand, there's actually a speakeasy bar called the Library, and so you'll see here in the lobby, you can see this like library kind of look, and this is actually a speakeasy bar. It opens sometime in the evening and it is open way until the early morning as well. This is the speakeasy, I guess from the inside, looks really cool, a very traditional type look, and a lot of people are constantly coming in just to take a look at it. Grand also has a bowling alley within inside, and it's very cheap. All you have to do is pay some money to get shoe rentals, which I think is a couple dollars. And again, if you do one of those timeshare things, I know when I went, they offered some credit towards some of these fun activities as well that you could use. Here's a quick glimpse of the bathrooms within the Grand. As you can see, they're beautiful, they're very clean. There's an area in the middle for you to just sit down and put your makeup or brush your hair, anything like that. There are a lot of restaurants and food options within Moon Palace. This is an Indian restaurant called Agra. Some of the restaurants do require a reservation, and just to say, the restaurants are beautifully made in terms of their architecture, the design. The food is delicious. These are some of their desserts that they have in the buffet area as well as in the Italian restaurant. The food and desserts are delicious. There's a Mexican restaurant making fresh tortilla, like corn tortillas. They have really good ambiance. In general, our only complaint or minor complaint of the Moon Palace was that we just felt the food was a little too salty. We didn't notice that the first couple days, but by day three-ish, we realized that the food had a little bit too much salt. All of it tasted good, but if you're not someone that frequently adds table salt to your food, you might feel like the food is a little too salty. There's also a Lebanese restaurant within the resort, so it was great to try all types of Lebanese food. The gift shop is within the resort as well. There are 3 different gift shops, one in each of the buildings. There's some footage of going around the resort area, or like really their property. They take you around the property in golf carts, which is great, but they also have shuttle buses that are larger for bigger crowds during peak time, probably around dinner. A lot of the times you'll wait for a bus and it'll come and pick you up in various locations around the property. All of the properties can be accessed via these golf carts. In order to enter some of the amenities of the Grand, you would have to pay a fee to enter their water park and things like that, which is coming up here. This is their water park. It's very large. Kids will love it. There's a few rides, water rides there that even adults would enjoy. However, you can always try to get one of those coupons by engaging in one of their timeshare talks. The water park is a lot of fun. There's a lazy river. There's a lot of water slides. And it's really one of the biggest attractions. The Moon Palace is great for families because there is really a lot of activities for all ages of kids. The Grand in particularly is really marketed as their adults only. It's not truly adults only, but I think it's much more luxurious, not as like kids oriented. Of course, the water park is located on the Grand, but the hotel itself is a little bit more posh. So it might be for maybe couples or for a honeymoon or something like that.
Cusco and family pool.
There's a family pool here.
The
service staff at the Moon Palace is amazing. Everyone is very nice. The customer service is great. If you're lost, which happened to a lot of us on our first few days there, and just not knowing where anything is, they're constantly looking out for people and saying like, are you looking for something? Where can I take you? And so in reality, you really don't have to walk outside a whole lot. I see some people walking here probably from the water park or to the water park. But there's a lot of times where you could just hop on to one of these golf carts and they have designated routes that they take, and so they'll just drop you off at a pretty neutral area. Sometimes they might even drop you off to your own hotel room directly, just depending on who else is riding with you and where they're going. Huge water park, still hasn't ended. There's another
Morada 7 en el 92, dirección Boliche.
So you can see there's another entrance to the water park. It is a very large water park, and so I think that's one of their main attractions to the Moon Palace is really the water park. So I also wanted to mention that because this is all-inclusive, all the food is included, including room service. And so you can always order food to your room, and that's free of charge as well. The owners of the property actually also live at the Moon Palace itself. They live somewhere, I believe, in the Grand or Nizuc. And so they're very down-to-earth people. We heard from numerous staff workers that once in a while they come out and talk to customers, and they just want to make sure everyone is happy, and they have a really good culture of like happiness and relaxation here on the property. There's a few areas where the Moon Palace is continuously to grow, so you'll see some construction here and there. They are constantly expanding the property, adding more amenities, adding more hotel rooms, and so we might drive by some construction as well.
Olympic, no one?
Still driving, you can see how large the property is. Going from one place to another building, certainly definitely don't want to walk.
Unique day
There is a
club?
day club here where the shuttle can take you as well.
Caribbean pool, Caribbean restaurant.
Caribbean pool and Caribbean restaurant, like the driver just announced. They usually announce every stop so that people know where they are and know to get off at the right area. This footage was taken in late June, early July, so as you can see it's very sunny out, super hot, but definitely not unbearable when we went there at least. Of course, weather and climate can change year to year. So here is yet another pool. There are a lot of pools and a lot of shaded areas to sit, as well as areas in the sun, depending on your preference. There is a restaurant here. This is a very nice area to hang out, chill, relax, grab snacks, grab drinks. They actually give fresh cut mangoes, so you see some people eating mangoes on a stick. Right off of this area, you go straight to the beach. There are a lot of great areas to sit down as well. They actually have like full-on kind of like couches on the beach, which is really nice. So if you're more of a snuggle into the couch person, you don't have to sit on a or lay out on a beach chair, but you can just sit on the couch. You hear some light music going on in the background. There is also an area where you can get fresh coconut water, which we'll go check out in a moment. I did want to point out that the nice thing here at Moon Palace is that they don't have a lot of areas that are for priority or for like purchase only. All of these areas are mostly just first come, first serve. Anyone can use them, so you don't have to worry about like having to buy a lot of space to relax. There might be those areas as well, but I like how there's very few of those where you have to. And they do have fresh coconut water in different flavors available. So the cocoa bar is near the beach. It's open during the day, where you can really just stand in line. The line may be pretty long, as you can see here, but it's delicious and very refreshing. Overall, great experience at the Moon Palace. We really enjoyed our time there.